please rain. We need it. Rain down, Lord, please. Yes, God. Good morning, Yes, God family. Good morning, good morning. Okay, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can we hear the Sunday service choir? Good morning. Hi, Laura. Good morning, friend. Hey, Candace. All right, I'm going to turn this down, turn it off. And yes, God. Okay, perfect. Yes, God. All right, so this morning, I would say tomorrow morning, this morning, I want to talk about the fact that our prayers, our relationship with God is a two-way conversation, okay? And there was a comment that came through yesterday when I was going live, and it caused me to ponder this because someone said, well, I've been praying to God and God has not been answering me. Okay. And that was a catalyst for me to reflect on that question. And I responded to her in the live, but I wanted to really take time to talk about this as a whole entire topic, because I'm sure that there are many people who feel this way. And I know that I have even felt this way at times in my life. Okay. And so what I want to share and hopefully provide some insight into is that we tend to look at communication, even though we know fundamentally it's supposed to be a two-way conversation. Typically, we want to be heard. And we want to be heard more than we want to listen to other people. And I think the same can be said for our relationship with God. Sometimes we want God to hear our prayers and just give us the thing, and we're not understanding that this is a conversation. This is a dialogue that's happening. When we are praying to God and we are making our desires and our intentions clear, God is not going to give us the thing, the intention. God is going to communicate back to us the ways and means of which this thing can come to pass. Okay. So we have to first of all get clear on that. Thank you for tapping that live, Miss Sherry Baby over on TikTok. So instead of feeling like God is not answering us, okay, I'm not sharing the music anymore, Instagram. Instead of getting frustrated that God is not answering us, we have to ask ourselves the question, are we allowing space for God to speak to us? Are we giving enough room in our attention and our awareness to actually be able to hear from God? Okay. Because her question brought up several things. And the first thing was, like I said, we have a tendency to just want to be heard. All right. We want to be heard. We want to be validated. We want to be understood. We want to be seen, and we want to receive. Okay. And what we have to understand is that that is actually a very selfish approach to life. I know that we think it's normal. We think it's regular, but that's extremely selfish. Okay. We are here to hear. We are here to be heard and hear. Good morning. Happy Thursday. We are here to, be validated and validate. Okay, we are here. This is an exchange. This is not just we're here to receive. We're here to be heard. We're here to just get what we want. No, we are here to be in an exchange, not just with people, but especially with God. And what God needs from us in order for us to be able to hear is for us to actually set aside distractions that are taking our mind and giving it to all these other things. God needs some space to be able to be heard by us. And again, we have this kind of perception that, all I got to do is pray, and do the thing and beg and fast and hope and wish and pray. And then the blessing is going to just fall in my lap. And that's actually not how it works. Let me say that again. God does not answer us by just giving us the solution. Okay. God answers us by giving us the divine breadcrumbs that lead to the solution. So in order for you to be able to obtain the solution, you have to have enough quiet. You have to have enough space. You have to have created a void enough to be able to hear and feel God's response and direction. Okay. God does not typically just hand us a thing. God responds to us with directions. Yes, God. It's good, right, Natasha? And this is something that organically kind of just, I love really just living and being intentional about desiring to live a God-led life, because it takes so much pressure off me from having to figure it out. I don't have to think of topics every day to talk about. Thank you, Miss Sherry Baby, for continuing to tap that live. I appreciate you so much. Okay. So I don't have to, when you make the decision that, you know what, not my will, but yours, God, when you make that a very clear intention, what winds up happening is that you can release control. You can surrender. Okay. What an amazing way to be. What an amazing way to move through the world, not having to control, not having to dictate, not having to plan everything, having the burden on your shoulders of always having to come up with things. I was taught that praying is talking to God and meditation is God responding. Yes, that is very, very true. And that is very broad too, right? Because when people hear the word meditation, they often think of just sitting down and right? That is meditation. What's also meditation is just being present, okay? Being present with whatever it is that you're doing. Like right here and right now, I'm being present with you. I'm not doing this and, having a phone call and having a conversation and, scrolling and checking my emails. I'm being present. So meditation is the practice of being present. So, which means that we have an opportunity to meditate all day long, because we can be present all day long, right? When we're on a walk, we can be on that walk. We don't need to be the thing about society now, right, is that everyone wants to be on this thing right now, okay? And I know we're on this thing right now, but this is different, right? Because this is God's work right now that we're all doing, right? Even if you're tuned into this and this is what you're giving your attention to right now, you're giving your attention and your awareness to God, because God is here. This is what we're discussing. But think about all the other things that you're present with during the day. Thank you for continuing to like the live and follow. Thank you for the follows over here on TikTok. All right. So being present means gratitude is being present, right? Gratitude is the act of paying attention to what is right now. Okay. So when I go on a walk, I'm not going to be scrolling on my phone on the walk, right? Maybe I'll listen to a podcast. Maybe I'll listen to something uplifting, but I want to make sure that my attention is not split between 5, 6, 7 different things. Okay. And so meditation is the act of presence. And so, of course, the greatest act of presence, right, is to sit down and be still and be quiet. But even when you're doing the dishes, right, even when you're doing your makeup, even when you're doing your hair, even when you are having a conversation with a person, right, those are all opportunities to be present. I call it my electric leash. Yes. There is always an opportunity to be present. Present simply means that you are giving your undivided attention to something. All right. And our undivided attention is the most valuable currency that we have. When we can begin to give our undivided attention to things and be present with things, we are now opening up the channels for God to be able to communicate with us, because God is not only going to communicate with us when we're sitting doing this. Right? God is going to communicate with us maybe when we're grocery shopping, maybe when we're working out, maybe when we are taking a walk, maybe when we are, whatever it is that we're doing. You typically notice that when you hear from God or when you receive an idea from God, it's not when your attention is spread all over the place. All right, I'm trying not to give y'all all this cleavage. So presence, right? Being mindful of the fact that I need to make sure that I am not splitting my attention across too many things, because I need for God to have a clear channel to reach me. When I'm trying to multitask and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that and I'm trying to do the other, God is like, oh, she's occupied. He's occupied. There's no space for me to speak right now. Okay. And so what I had responded to the woman yesterday who said she hadn't been hearing from God, I said, you have to make sure that you're doing your due diligence to create the space for God to be able to hear God. Okay. Are you scrolling all day long? Are you having conversations all day long? Are you gossiping all day long? Are you talking trash all day long? Are you watching TV all day long? Are you constantly filling your awareness with something? When are you ever just saying thank you? Thank you is one of the highest forms of gratitude that you can be in. Thank you for now. Thank you for today. Thank you for the breath that's moving through me. Thank you for my heartbeat, God. Thank you for my home. Thank you for this bed that I was able to sleep in. Thank you for these clothes that are keeping me warm. Okay. Thank you for these lungs that are moving and taking in breath without me having to think about it, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So being able to be in that state of presence, in that state of gratitude, that is a more open and receptive state for God to be able to speak to us. And you can't say you're not hearing from God when you're never shutting your attention and your awareness down enough to be able to hear. Okay, when you constantly have to be stimulated, when you constantly have to have something in your face giving your attention to, God is not going to compete with that. God's not going to compete with that. Okay, and the God frequency is gratitude. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do this, y'all. I got a solution. See that? God's frequency is gratitude. Okay, so if you want to hear from God, guess what you need to start doing? Guess what you need to start doing? If you feel like you're stuck and you're not hearing from God, you should highly consider the gratitude frequency. Okay? Because typically when we feel like we're not hearing from God, we are very focused on all of the things that we don't have, all of the things that we wish were true, all of the circumstances that are not happening, all of the people that are not around that we wish that were, all of the money that we wish we had access to that we don't, it's typically about lack. Okay. When you have the courage to sit with yourself and be present without needing something to constantly be stimulating you, to constantly be causing some type of adrenaline rush, then you are able to be a more clear vessel to hear. Thank you for sharing the live TikTok, and thank you for tapping. Yes, God, almost to 2K likes on TikTok. Yes, God. When you wake up in the morning, you should not be reaching for your phone first thing. You should not be reaching for your phone first thing. Okay? Sorry, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. Baby, the way Evan did me, honey, he got my nose running. If you know, you know. Hold on. Let me get my little Aquaphor. Put it up underneath. Thank you, God, for Aquaphor, honey. Thank you, God, for tissue. When you first wake up in the morning, it's a brand new day. There are miracles that are possible in that day. There is prosperity that is possible in that day. There are blessings that are possible in that day. But typically what people do, instead of giving their attention to those possibilities, they pick up their phone. They're immediately engrossed in what everybody else is talking about. They're immediately engrossed in the drama, in the celebrity gossip, in who punched who in the face, and how do I do this makeup tutorial, and what's the next, we are immediately giving our most precious gift that God has given us. Our ability to be aware of life, our ability to be aware, right? We give it to things that are not of God. We give it to what other people have created, and we give our agency away. So the first thing that we should be doing when we are waking up in the morning is literally just laying in the bed and saying, thank you. Thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the infinite possibilities that are available to me today, God. Thank you for allowing me to continue to be in this body, God. Thank you for allowing my mobility to still be intact, God. Thank you for allowing me to have a right mind, God. Thank you for allowing me to be able to stand upright, God, and use the restroom when I'm ready to, God. I mean, you should immediately, okay, as soon as you are conscious, go into thank you, okay? The thank you is the state of blessings, okay? Love that I come on here and you speaking life out to us. Yes, God. That's immediately what we should be doing. But so many people wake up and completely take for granted that they even woke up. Completely take for granted that their heart kept beating through the night. Completely take for granted that their lungs kept working through the night. Completely taking for granted that they are able to hear still, that they are able to walk still, that they are able to see still. There's people who wake up that don't have those things. Do you know that? Blessed day. Hi, Lady Shantae. Okay, so instead of waking up in first thing in the morning and giving your attention to your issues, sometimes, and I used to do it. I just wake up, oh, I got to do this today. Oh, I got this appointment. Oh, I don't feel, and immediately going into complaints, right? No more of that. No more of that. You think God is going to compete with that? God's not about to compete with that. That's where you want to be. You want to be over there on that side. You want to be in the ego. You want to be complaining. You want to be moaning and whining and bitching. And even after I gave you breath again, you got the audacity, the unmitigated gall to complain after I still let you wake up with breath in your lungs. My God, on today, how dare you? How dare you? I hope you have a beautiful day. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, okay, morning to your sister from Samoa, hey. When you wake up, stop touching that phone, okay? Don't give yourself 10 minutes. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for waking me up, God. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me, God, to have access to electricity and running water and shelter, God, and warmth, God. There are so many people in this world that did not have that luxury, God. I am so grateful and I am so thankful that you have afforded me this privilege, God. Okay? These are privileges, y'all. And we just completely, well, I wish I had $1 million. Well, I wish I was with that guy and that lady. And I wish I was this. And I wish, why can't I just do that? Like a little freaking spoiled little brat. You have to catch yourself every day when you wake up. Start with gratitude and put on your spiritual armor. Exactly. And so this is also, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm very solution oriented, right? So my thing is, no, don't have no coffee yet. No, you don't need coffee. Don't have coffee yet. You lay in that bed and you say, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for the ability to swallow this coffee before I go and get it. See, that's the thing. We want to reach for something to make us feel good. You're not going to feel good for real until you feel good in your inside of yourself. Grateful for what is. Always something to appreciate right now. Exactly. I haven't even slept. It's 4 a.m. Why haven't you slept? Why have not you slept? Okay, we have to be mindful. Again, we're looking to hear from God. And we don't have the self-control to shut up the complaining, to shut up the lack, to shut up the perspective of not enough. Okay, you have to have discipline to do that. You have to be disciplined enough to say, you know what? My ego and my mind is about to try and take me down a rabbit hole of all the things that I don't have and that could be and should be and would be. But my God, on today, thank you for waking me up, God. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for this mind. Thank you for the divine authority and agency that you have given me to be able to choose what I'm going to focus on today, God. And today I am going to focus on love. I am going to focus on peace. I am going to be optimistic. I am going to expect miracles. I am going to expect blessings. I am going to expect everything to work out for me. I am going to expect divine solutions. I am going to expect the unexpected. When you begin to position yourself in a place of gratitude and presence, because that's what presence is, right? When you wake up and you give yourself permission to just lay there and say thank you, you are actually being present with what is. Okay? Not focusing on what is not. Because he who has will be given more. And he who does not have, even what they do have, will be taken from them. How far has complaining got you? Did it make things better or worse? I just did this morning. Yes, God. Thank you so much. Miracles are happening. You're so welcome. Yes, TikTok. We at 4.4K likes. Yes, God. And thank you for the gift. I love y'all. Thank you so much. So again, this conversation started because someone said, well, I've been praying and I haven't been hearing from God. Not acknowledging that hearing from God requires you to listen. Okay? Hearing God and us, we have an exchange. This is a reciprocal dynamic, okay? And who wants to talk to you if you're not going to listen? Okay? And this can translate over into relationships as well, human relationships with one another. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're never going to be listened to, where you're constantly doing this and doing that and doing it. What am I supposed? I'm not about to compete with anything else to talk to you. Would you do that? Would you compete to talk to someone who is doing a million other things? Who is listening to nonsense, who's talking about nonsense, who's complaining? You're not going to compete to talk to that person. And God's not going to do that either. God's not going to fight for your attention. You have to willingly turn yourself towards God and say, God, I am open. I am receptive. I am surrendered. I am available. I am willing. I am present. I am here. I am waiting to hear from you, God. Okay? Not, God, please give me this. And, oh, I haven't gotten what I asked for yet. I haven't got what I asked for yet. God is not answering me. That's not the move, y'all. It's not the posture. That's not how it works. Okay? It's not how it works. But that's how we behave. It's been 2 weeks and God hasn't given me what I wanted. That's how we behave. You haven't said thank you about a damn thing in 2 weeks. You haven't apologized to a damn person in 2 weeks. You haven't acknowledged or taken accountability in 2 weeks. Okay. What have you done in 2 weeks to show God that you are an active participant in the conversation? This is a conversation with God. Okay? This is an actual conversation. Hi, Nora. No, there is no bargaining with God. Yes, God. Okay? So understanding that this is a conversation and understanding that if you want to hear from God, you have to be willing to open up a space for God to be heard. You have to first change your posture to a posture of receptivity. Okay? We have to have a posture of receptivity. We have to have a posture of flexibility. We have to have a posture of openness. Okay? It's almost like you're screaming at me. This is my last note. God has actually answered. I'm the one pulling in a different direction. Silence, meditation, patience, humility. Yes. Yes, God. Exactly. And someone commented Luke 6:31. Let's go see what Luke 6:31 is. Now, let's see. Luke 6:31. Luke 6:31. Yes, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Exactly. Do unto God as you would have God do unto you. If you want to if you want God to listen to you, are you listening for God? Are you actively scanning and seeking God? So you got to seek God. Like I said, God is not about to compete with your drama and your reality TV and your celebrity gossip. No, God's not competing with that. God's not competing with your complaint sessions and your constant shit talking. God's not competing with that. It's not. God is going to speak back to you when you have postured yourself in a respectful, grateful position. And you say, thank you, God, in advance for showing me. Thank you in advance, God, for making it plain. Thank you in advance, God, for making it clear. Thank you in advance, God, for allowing me to be still and know. Okay? Being still and knowing. All right? And so when you wake up in the morning, instead of jumping on your phone, spend 10 minutes to just say thank you for every single thing that you can think of. And then pick up your phone and open up the school community app because you are a part of the Quantum Prayer Circle. And when you open up the school community app because you're a part of the Quantum Prayer Circle, this is the type of thing that I'm going to open it right now. In there, Megan will have already posted an affirmative prayer for your day. Okay? Let's listen to the one for today.
Dear God, thank you for reminding us that everything we do is service, God. Thank you for reminding us that we are not here to compete or prove or perform. We are here to contribute. We are here to offer what you have already placed inside of us, God. Thank you for reminding us that our presence is service. Our voice is service.
Yes.
Our healing is service. Our boundaries are service, and our clarity is service, God. Thank you for reminding us that we don't have to force or chase, because when we are aligned, what flows through us naturally touches everyone around us. It blesses everyone around us,
Yes,
God. Thank you for reminding us that simply being regulated, being honest, and being grounded changes atmospheres without any extra effort or pressure. Thank you for reminding us that we don't have to try so hard to matter, because service makes us matter automatically, God. Thank you for reminding us, God, that our work is service, our ideas are service, our conversations are service, our growth is service, and nothing we have experienced is wasted, because all of it becomes something that we can give. Thank you for reminding us that when we focus on serving instead of striving, life begins to flow. Thank you for reminding us that as a collective, when we each stay in our lane and offer what is ours to offer, everything works, everything flows, and everything is in support. God, thank you for letting our lives be useful. Thank you for letting our lives be meaningful. And thank you for letting everything we touch become service. Yes, God.
Yes. Okay? So, of course, I'm joking. I would love to have you in the Quantum Prayer Circle. I created the community so that we could begin to move in the direction of living a God-led life, okay? That's what I asked my Quantum Prayer Circle members to do. First thing in the morning, after you do your own gratitude, allow these prayers to kind of give you guidance and give you direction and give you focus for your attention and your awareness. Even if you're not in the Quantum Prayer Circle, pray your own prayer. Okay? But the point is that we want to be sure that we are giving our awareness and we are opening up the space to hear. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Okay? We're opening up our awareness. We are opening up our attention, and we are fixing our attention on hearing from God, on being led by God, on receiving the next divine instruction. Okay, on what service can I be of today, God? How can I be of service to myself? It's not always about being of service to other people, because being of service to yourself by proxy makes you of service to other people. Okay. How can I nourish myself today? How can I uphold the optimal health in my vessel today? How can what foods can I eat that are going to be good for my cells today? What movements can I do that are going to be good for my body today? What thoughts can I think that are going to be good for my mental health today? Okay. What gratitude can I be involved in that's going to tune my perspective and my perception into receiving more things to be grateful for today? So when we want to hear from God, we have to make sure that we are opening up the dialogue and inviting God in to be heard. And not just thinking that God is here to be a waiter or Burger King, that we get to place our order and just have it our way. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. Okay? When we ask for things, when we desire things, the exchange is the service. The answer is always yes, contingent on the service. You want this beautiful thing, you want this amazing thing, and you want it to be in a divine, perfect, whole way, then you need to be of service. Now, yes, there's other ways you can do it. You can force, you can manipulate, you can lie, you can scheme, you could cheat. Okay? Doesn't really sound like something I'd want to be involved in, because I like success is not just external, y'all. Success is not the things. Success is not the money. Success is not the car. Success is not the house. Success is the love that you feel for yourself, the peace that you feel within yourself, the fulfillment that you feel within yourself, that now is able to be overflowed into the people around you. Good morning from Lake Tahoe. Good morning. Sending abundant blessings manifested your way. Yes, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Success is internal. I know we've been programmed to believe that it's based on the things that we have, and the check marks, and the relationship, and the car, and the money, and the assets, and the net worth, and all these other things outside of us. Okay. But that's not what real success is, because there's a lot of people walking around that have all those things that feel like absolute dog shit inside. I don't want no parts of that. I'm grateful I can hear you while 2 under 4s play and enjoy make-believe. Grandchildren are grand blessings. Yes, God. Yes, yes, yes. I was just expressing gratitude last night for my beautiful growing family, and the beauty of children and grandchildren. Yes, that's how they feel. Perimenopause is dealing with me. How can women navigate through physical changes? I think that, asking God, please reveal to me the ways in which I can begin to naturally experience relief and naturally experience wellness, and naturally experience, and naturally begin to discover things that can help me. Okay. I like to involve God in everything. God is me. God, we are all co-creators with God. I have a lot of beautiful things coming my way, but my body is still in a state of fear. I understand that too, and that's nervous system work. So I absolutely offer one-on-one coaching with that particular type of circumstance. So if you'd like, Megan, please feel free to go in the link in my bio, and you can schedule a one-on-one discovery call, and we can talk and see how I could possibly support you and help you in that. Because that is a very common thing where, again, people have a lot of material success and material blessings, but internally, right, the nervous system has not caught up yet. The nervous system is still in a lot of fear. It's in a very fight or flight state. And so I really, that is kind of my forte, working with high performing, high achieving women to regulate themselves and to get themselves in a space where everything is coherent, so that you can actually be present and enjoy all of the beautiful blessings that you have access to. Yes, God. All right. So I hope this conversation was helpful for someone. I know it may have sounded like I was yelling at you in the beginning. But I think it's just very important for us to understand that, our lives are a communication with God. It's not just when we say, "Dear God, can you And it's also every single thought that we think is a prayer. All right. Every single inner dialogue conversation that we have with ourselves is a prayer. And this is why it's so important to be aware and mindful of the conversation that's happening within us and the conversations that are happening with other people. Because are we making the space to hear? Are we creating the expectation to receive and to hear what is next for us? Okay? Are we actually being present enough? Or are we giving our attention to everyone else and what they're talking about and what their priorities are, and or content that is validating the pain and trauma that we've been through? And not that there's anything inherently wrong with that, but there comes a time and a place where, okay, I'm validated, I'm not the only one. Okay, now what? Now what? Okay, moving on. All right. We don't want to we should never be giving our power away. Whatever we are giving our attention to has power over us. Okay. Especially if it is not something that is uplifting us, that is reminding us that we are already whole, perfect, and complete, and that it is causing us to have comparison, that it's causing us to feel like we're not enough, causing us to feel like we're behind, causing us to feel like it's too late. Those things are holding power over you. Okay, so it's important to make sure that you are in proximity to people, places, things, and messages that are reminding you of your divinity. Okay, religion wants to train you that you're born a sinner. You're born a sinner. How is a baby a sinner? It literally, critical thinking allows you to understand that makes no damn sense. You are born perfect. You are born whole. You are born valuable. You are born complete. The experiences that have happened to you in your life take nothing away from that fact, even though the world will try to convince you that it does. Okay? Even though you may have had difficult experiences with your mother or your father or your caretakers, they may have even told you that you weren't enough. They may even told you that you weren't worthy. They have maybe even tried to convince you that you had to earn value. Okay? All lies. Nothing can take that away from you. And when you begin to embody that and understand that and truly accept that, you stop seeking the validation. You stop seeking the proof in the outside world. And when you can stop seeking it, it starts to become apparent and evident to you. When you stop looking for something, it is drawn to you. When you stop needing something, it is drawn to you. When you stop the lack energy and the desperation. Thank you for the gift, TikTok. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 5K likes. Oh my God. Thank you, Sierra, so much for the rose. Thank you. When you can stop needing anything, because you don't need anything. You have everything that you need within you right now. You have everything that you need within you right now. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be a successful entrepreneur. You want to be, all that stuff is in you right now, but you have to be willing to trust the process. We're too addicted to instant gratification. Just because you don't see the thing doesn't mean it's not in you. Okay? When you have a mustard seed, or you have a seed for a rose, right? That rose is not a rose yet, but everything that it needs to become a rose is inside that seed. And it's the same with you. Everything that you need to become what it is that God has called you to be is within you right now. You don't need anything external. The only thing you need is the right conditions. You need the right soil. You need the right water. You need the right sunlight. And you can give yourself all of those right conditions. They got to start in here. And the right condition is gratitude. The right condition is proximity to other people who understand your true identity. Okay? And this is what the Quantum Prayer Circle is about. This is what my community is about. Okay? And I'm not even here to hard sell you on my community. Go where you're being spiritually fed at. If you feel like I'm spiritually feeding you, come on in, baby. If you feel like you're being spiritually fed over there, go over there. But go where the conditions are right. Yes, God, through the renewing of the mind. Yes, when you stop looking for something, it is drawn to you. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So on that note, we are going to Bali and we are going to be doing this. Baby, we talk about the right condition. Baby, we're doing the identity recalibration retreat, October 20th through the 26th. We are going to have a time, you hear me? We are going to be in those people's rice fields. We are going to be doing nervous system work, identity recalibration work. We are going to be doing Jamu herbal medicine making, water purification, a lot of relaxing. I'm designing this retreat so that it's not a lot of up and go and and activity. It's a lot of presence. It's a lot of gratitude. There's a lot of space to just be, because the results that we see in our life are based on who we are being, not what we're doing. Okay? Because who you're being determines what you do. If you're being a person that already has everything they need within them, you ain't got to do much. All you got to do is what comes natural to you. But if you're being a person that needs life to show you something, you're doing a whole bunch of dumb shit. It's not necessary and it's wasting time. Thanks for your grace. Yahweh speaks through you every day and gives me the uplift I need with my morning cup of coffee. Yes, God. I'm so glad. And that's my intention. And I ask God, please let me be a vessel, God. Let me be a vessel. And the response that I heard from God was go live every day. I said, okay. I run my mouth anyways. And this is what I mean about what I just said, right? When you are open to God being the leader instead of your mind and your ego trying to be the leader, it becomes natural, right? This is work, right? But this doesn't feel like work for me. This is what I would do this for free. I do this for free. These are the conversations that I have with my friends, right? These are the conversations that I have with my family and my children. And I have been blessed. God has allowed me to reveal that I can actually get paid to do this. People pay me a lot of money to do this with them and walk them through their personal transformation and issues and allow me to be a guide and a support for them. That is, you know how fulfilling that is for me? Do you know what an accomplishment that is for me? Just to be able to show up and be my natural self and be compensated for it. It's the only way I want to live. I don't want to toil and work and do all this nonsense for results that I don't even really enjoy and appreciate, just for money. Money, that's it. Money is just simply an exchange, okay? I want the fulfillment. I want the peace. I want the joy that cannot be taken away from me. I want the ability to switch my perspective on a dime. When something pisses me off, when something frustrates me, I want the nervous system that says, you know what, it's going to work out. It's going to be just fine. That is what success is. Success is not money, okay? Success is not money. Money is an exchange of value that you have offered, or even perceived value. Because some people ain't offering value. People just perceive it as valuable because their ego tells them that it is. Yes, God. How do I encourage myself again? You say thank you. You say thank you, God. Thank you, God, for waking me up. Thank you for this life. Thank you for my eyes. Thank you for my ears. Thank you for my pinky toe, God. Thank you for the doors that give me privacy. Thank you for the lines in the street that keep the cars in order so we don't all kill each other driving around these big old hunks of metal. Okay? Thank you for my hair on my head. Thank you for my spine that allows me to walk. Thank you for my shoulders and my neck, God. You encourage yourself by being present with yourself and by saying thank you. Thank you for being beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right? So I'm going to run because I have a busy day ahead of me. And yes, the body has carried you for all these years. The body has carried, not only has it carried you, but it has constantly brought you back and the body is constantly moving towards optimal health. No matter what we do to it, no matter what we put in it, no matter what we put on it, okay? The body is always trying to get back to that health, all right? And so we have to give it the right conditions, stretch it out, okay? Give it some resistance, give it some movement, move it around, Okay, put good things into it. So again, would love to have you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. Can I come to the US from Samoa to shout your coffee? I actually don't even drink coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. Well, that's not true. I used to drink coffee a long time ago when I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes, y'all. I smoke a lot of things. But I don't drink coffee anymore. I just drink tea now. I'm actually on my Asian kick, so it's all about keeping warm herbs and all the other things. Invite you, love to have you in the prayer circle, would love to see you in Bali. Would love to coach you if that's something that you're interested in. I have lots of reviews. You can go Google me. Okay, Yes God Wellness. If you Google me on Yes God Wellness, you'll see a bunch of reviews pop up there in Google business profile. If you go over to my Instagram page and you look at my profile, you'll see my highlights. I have a receipts highlight there. You'll see lots of receipts there. I've been able, God has allowed me to be a vessel to support and help in transforming women and men. And through their wombs, I've done a lot of work with womb wellness. If you're having any issues with your wombs or any trauma or any soul ties, highly recommend yoni steaming. All right. So I'm just honored. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for everyone who has spent some time with me this morning. I am trusting that you are going to have a fantastic present day where you are able to witness and be aware of all the miracles that you have access to be able to witness the miracle that you are as a human being able to take breath. And that you are able to see all of the abundance that you have right here, right now, in this moment. All right. I love you all so much. I appreciate this moment. Great information in a short time that has made an impact. Yes, God. Yes, God. That makes me happy. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And Quantum Prayer members, I see a couple of you in here. We will chat at 12 o'clock. I might be in the car, but we will be there at 12 o'clock. Every day in our Quantum Prayer Circle, we have a touch point call at noon Eastern Standard. All right, y'all. We'll talk soon. Yes, God. Thank you so much, Lisa. I love you.